Okay, guys. I hope everyone's having a good evening. I keep on thinking that I have posted a video, and then I guess I just delete it, and then I realize I never posted a video about Tiffany and Ronald. They are one of my top favorite couples of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. So I'm sure everybody has heard, they have split. I didn't really want to post on it because I was just kind of hoping it was just something like really petty. And I didn't really want to believe it. And I was hoping that, they would just like get back together by the time I even try to post it. So to put myself at ease and to just put it out there, I'm going to go ahead and do the video about Tiffany and Ronald and then splitting. Okay. Apologize in advance. I have an overflow of DM messages and appreciate the kind words and all the inspiration messages. I try reply to everyone, so sorry if I take long to respond. Well, that's sweet. I mean, a lot of people don't even respond. I like him. I love Tiffany. And I think they really, really complimented each other. And Ronald and Daniel, yeah, I feel so bad for Daniel having to go through that. Do you see them? Do you see the little look at the baby? This is so cute. So anyways, okay, so Ronald and Tiffany. Okay. Tiffany went to South Africa to be with Ronald. She brought her son Daniel. Daniel. Here's some more pictures. And they enjoyed it. Daniel was really mature for his age. Him and Ronald got close very fast. And I'm pretty sure he was calling on daddy. So it was really sweet. They really loved each other. And whenever they said their goodbyes at the airport, it was heartbreaking. So Tiffany gets pregnant. I think her name was Carly Rose. She's so cute. Where's she at? She gets pregnant. And they're in South Africa. They were going to, get an apartment. But it was, so dangerous. And, of course, Ronald's used to it. And, oh, God bless you. The realtors were just because Tiffany was expressing, her concerns of, not only them, but, just Daniel. And it was, gated, and I was oh, well, if you're on this floor, then, you have this wired gate, and, worst comes to worst, you just scream, and, someone will surely hear you. Which, of course, is not what you want to hear from any realtor or landlord. Because I know here... Oh, one second. Oh. I mean, here in the United States, depending on what town, depending on what neighborhood you live in, it don't matter how loud you scream. You can scream for help. You can scream bloody murder. And most of the places are just going to mind their own business. They would rather not get involved, unfortunately. So anyways, that was the biggest concern. And then she was just really torn because she wanted, of course, she wanted to be with Ronald. She knew Ronald wanted to be with her and Daniel. But then as she, got further along in her pregnancy, of course, Ronald was expressing how he wanted to be with her while she was going through her pregnancy so he could help her and he can, experience it with her. And especially he wanted to go to the doctor's appointments, look at the ultrasounds, and he especially wanted to be in the hospital while she gave birth. So she was still kind of debating on what she wanted to do. And they ended up checking out pretty much the local hospital. And it was very not up to par. It was pretty nasty. And, the lady pretty much even said that there's so many people that most of the time, there's going to be people who don't have beds. So there could be a chance, no ma'am, there could be a chance that she would have her baby on the floor. And then on top of that, and it was not sanitary at all. I felt so bad for the people. And then on top of that, she said since it gets so overcrowded and they barely have room for the patients, the fathers aren't even allowed to be in the room while she's giving birth. So it's well, the only other option is to pay for I don't know what type of hospital. I don't know if it's a private hospital or a higher class hospital. Sorry, I don't know what kind of hospital it was, but they would have to pay extra money for it. And Tiffany, Ronald was being sweet, and he was like, I'm gonna do what I need to do to pay so you could get into this hospital, so you could stay here, I could be there. And Tiffany, she was smart about it. She was like, no, I know you have an addiction problem, and I don't want you to get stressed out trying to come up with all this money. So she made a really hard but wise decision. The best thing would be for her to go back to America and have the baby, in America. And bring Daniel. And of course, that broke his heart. Oh my gosh, it was so sad. It was the worst. So anyways, you see, they're just so sweet. And it's always really hard to be with someone who has an addiction problem, or even if they had an addiction problem and they overcame it. There's always that chance. There's always something, in the back of your head. You're worried, you're concerned. It's what if, one move can mess it all up. And it takes a long time for the trust to come back. So anyways, let me go to hers. My throat is, I'm sick. I don't feel good, so hopefully I can read all of hopefully I could read all of this. I was seeing if I could just click on her name. Hopefully I could read all of Tiffany's without my throat cracking. It hurts so bad. He is such a daddy's boy. They became so close. So I'm praying that they really figure this out. Do they stop? Look how sweet. Oh, they're so sweet. I want them back together. Did they like unfollow each other or something? Yeah, Carly Rae's. I haven't heard anything about her saying that she thinks he's gambling. But then again, at the same time, I did hear she was saying how it seemed like he was lying. And he would be like, just give me a few weeks and you can see, you know, you can find out for yourself I wasn't lying. And she's like, no, that just gives you a few weeks to try to cover the shit up. Okay. What is this? I'm letting go of the things I never had, only game, only illusions to choosing. Oh no, did it go? Pretty much what it was she was saying, she doesn't want to be used anymore. She's doesn't want to be lied to. She wanted to let everyone know before, I guess, like media outlets, you know, poured out that her and Ronald are splitting up. You know, just different reasons. And again, to me, it seemed kind of petty because neither one of them had like they both are kind of unsure and like have different opinions of why they broke up. Supposedly, there's people are saying he said that she cheated, but that's not the case. He was not saying that she stepped out of the marriage and was cheating. He was just saying how they got married in South Africa, and supposedly whenever she came, you know, back to the States, supposedly she did not file the marriage papers. So in his eyes, he just kind of, you know, took it to the extreme. Like, he didn't mean like she actually cheated on him. And then I think she doesn't know like where he is all the time, or he's not letting her know like where he is or when he's home. I'm not gonna say anything about, you know, any kind of addiction because I don't know if that was a factor or not. It could have been. He could have been gambling and she could have found out and he could have lied and that's the lie she was talking about, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to say it. All I know is, and she knew, you know, unfortunately, dealing with any kind of addicts, you have to just, you know, pray for the best. And I know it was like a sucky time, but at the same time, it could have been the perfect time because he, you know, she probably helped save him, you know, at the time whenever he needed her the most. So maybe this is just like a minor setback and they'll get back together because, you know, the love him and Daniel have, I mean, the love Tiffany and Ronald have. And then they have their baby Carly. Like, they are a beautiful family. So I really hope and pray they get back together. And look, she looks just like him. Just like him. So hopefully y'all, I'll hear something quick. And they'll be like, we're back together. I sure hope so. Because I don't see them without each other. Look at them. They're just too cute.